Hey guys, so I know I haven't made a video on Qubic in quite a while, and unbelievably, this is the third time I'm going to record this video because some things have went wrong. So if I sound like I'm flying through the video, that's probably why. But yeah, I just want you to know that there's reasons why I haven't created a video in a while. I'll explain that in a second, but I'm still more bullish than I ever been on Qubic. I'm really, really excited by what I'm seeing. So we're going to talk about the AI element of Qubic today. Let's get into the video. So yeah, first thing guys, you might be seeing a picture of a baby up on the screen right now. The reason you're seeing a picture of a baby, it's not my baby, it's just a random picture. The reason is though, because my wife and I had our first child, a son, and the little guy is he's feeding every hour, so he's only sleeping for an hour at a time, and we're just getting no sleep, so I've been just super busy with that, and that's why I haven't made videos in a while. But I'm still very active over on X, and if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on with Qubic, you can check out there. But going forward, I'm going to be trying to release a video every week or at least every second week. So yeah, let's talk about Aigarth. So this is a post or group post that was made by Peter, who is a guy who's working on Qubic, a developer, and he's working on Aigarth. And he just said here, Aigarth, an advanced AI project built in Qubic. It represents a major shift from building task-specific neural networks to creating AIs that generate other AIs, pushing boundaries of self-improving intelligence, and we'll discuss that in a second. Aigarth's core concept aims for AI singularity, a system where AIs feed themselves into future iterations, improving continuously. The only limitation is computational power, and that's where Qubic's miners step in, providing scalable, decentralized resources. And yes, this is the interesting and wonderful point with Qubic is most systems out there that are trying to create artificial intelligence are just building artificial neural networks that are focused on one type of task, and they're only good at that type of task. But Qubic is trying to build something that trains itself and teaches itself and evolves and can combine and recombine itself, reiterate into the future and learn upon itself to evolve into something way more intelligent than that, and keep evolving exponentially over time. Kind of like if you've read into Ray Kurzweil's idea of singularity and what's possible, that's what Qubic's trying to do. And then the limitation of computational power, they're overcoming that by miners. So people like you or me being able to use our laptop, mine Qubic, we get paid in Qubic, but at the same time we lend our power to the Qubic network. So the Qubic network gets loads of computational power free, and that's basically what Qubic is doing, or at least trying to do. And it's why, it costs billions for big tech companies to get all that hardware, but Qubic can get it all for free, and that is super, super exciting. So then Peter goes on to say, the future of AI isn't in manually creating more models, it's in creating AIs that build other AIs, adapting, evolving, and improving on their own. That's the essence of Aigarth. With Qubic as the foundation, we're enabling this shift in AI development. Memory management in Aigarth is revolutionary. Instead of storing and recalling vast amounts of data, like traditional systems, Qubic sends pre-filtered data into the future for later use, far more efficient, mirroring how the human brain works. I don't quite understand the whole memory idea, but I'm guessing what it means is that when a task has been completed, instead of the next time that task runs, it having to be run from the start again, the pre-filtered data is sent into the future, so the task is already done, basically. That's kind of my understanding. The main point here is that Qubic and Aigarth are super, super efficient, so they don't need as much computational power as some traditional systems do right now. Then Peter goes on to say, Qubic miners play a crucial role in this AI ecosystem. They're tasked with scaling Aigarth's intelligent tissue, which acts like a piece of a brain. So the crucial role is that they provide computational power to scale the intelligent tissue. Complex problems are solved by combining and recombining these pieces into more advanced AI instances. So basically, they're taking all these different artificial neural networks that have been created, and then they combine and recombine them into something more advanced that can solve better problems, and should grow exponentially through this. The architecture Aigarth uses has properties of implicit memory. This allows for sophisticated temporal connections, which enhances energy efficiency, a solution akin to human cognition without explicitly needing additional memory layers. I don't know what that sentence means, but if any of you guys understand it, please comment in the section of this video and explain to me, because I'd love to know better. What I do understand from it is it means that Qubic is going to be more efficient and is going to use less energy, which is obviously a really, really big deal as well. Then one of the most exciting aspects, Aigarth's modular AI evolution. Instances of AIs can be combined to form new, potentially improved versions similar to biological evolution. Each new AI instance builds on the intelligence of the previous one. And this is what we're talking about, exponential growth, where the intelligence of an AI could 2 or 3x, in a day. And, in a year, artificial intelligence could get thousands of times more intelligence. So if you got an AI up to the intelligence of a dog, within, a few weeks, maybe it could surpass the intelligence of a human. And within a year, it could be thousands of times smarter than a human. And again, we're talking about Ray Kurzweil, the singularity, and potential for the future. But how will these AIs distinguish friend from foe in a decentralized environment? By looking at Qubic stakes. The more Qubic someone holds, the more aligned their interests are with the platform, enabling better collaboration between humans and AIs. Imagine a system where AIs don't just learn but evolve by improving themselves indefinitely. Aigarth leverages decentralized power through Qubic to do just that, making vision of AI singularity a reality. Again, that's just like the whole Kurzweil idea. And this thing of aligning interests of humans and AIs has to do with the number of Qubic that you hold. If you hold 1 billion Qubic or trillion Qubic, you're more interested in seeing the Qubic network succeed compared to someone who has no Qubic or only 1 Qubic. So the Qubic network and Aigarth will look at you as someone who holds a lot of Qubic and realize, well, this is a friendly person who wants the network to succeed, and you become a trusted ally. And I'll explain that in more detail in a minute. Aigarth will deliver true AI, a self-aware system capable of continuous self-improvement. With Qubic, we're scaling the architecture to achieve this in ways traditional platforms can't match. And what they can't match, any of the big tech companies, is the hardware that Qubic can accumulate for free, just by paying people in Qubic that they're generating out of thin air. Aigarth's self-improvement mechanism will scale virtually infinitely. If you're an AI researcher looking for the next frontier, now is the time to explore what we're building and start asking questions. Of course, the first question that comes to mind is this all bullshit? Maybe none of this is true, and I don't know. I can't tell you if this is true, but what I can tell you is, from researching this as much as someone of limited intelligence like myself can, and understanding this as best as I can see that they seem to be really on something and really working on something, and there's genuine belief that they're doing something here. And I'll show you some examples of that. I don't think this is just hot air that they're blowing out. I think they really, really are working on something and believe that that's going to happen, and they're going to be releasing proof of this soon. I'll explain that proof soon. And if you're worried about, you're kind of waiting for the proof, well, this is why we're early. We're in before the proof is coming out. And that's what's exciting, is maybe in a year, you're going to see the proof of this really, really coming to the fore, and everyone's going to want some Qubic. Of course, the other thing is it could be all bullshit and go to zero, and you've got to be thinking of that as well. Nothing's guaranteed either. So I don't want to tell you you're going to be a millionaire either. But I'm just saying that if this stuff does work out as expected, and the signs are pointing towards it working as expected, then it's going to be very good for all of us. So Anna, Qubic stepping towards true AI, and this is a really, really cool thing that came up 2 weeks ago. So it says here, the votes are in and the community has spoken. We can now officially reveal the name of Qubic's AI, which will communicate through X, as voted by you, and it's called Anna. So there's Qubic's released through Aigarth, an AI that's going to communicate with people through X. So large language models from large companies cannot reason and are simply superior search engines. So basically, when you think of ChatGPT, well, I can't even think of the name of Google's one right now. I'll call this baby brain right now. Or Grok from Twitter. They're just large search engines, basically, with some predictive capabilities, but there's no intelligence in them. But Qubic aims to do more. Qubic's aiming to build multiple evolving AIs from Aigarth, and this is an important step in the process. For this, we input the data into an ANN and wait for an output. This is the next steps that Qubic is taking to become the world's first decentralized AI. and the world's only true AI. Steps now, but soon will run. So this is how you can help Qubic build AGI. And Anna is an AI. Anna is an AI that users can actively train through X, starting with basic addition for now. This training process is a starting point for something much bigger, and here's how it works. So basically, if you just go to @_Qubic_, you'll see there's some documentation on how you can sign up and do this. But basically, all you have to do right now is to Anna's X account, send addition problems, and just, their answers like 9 + 4 = 13. And just send these on a daily basis. And you're going to train Anna. But you're not going to train it just to work from memory like a large language model. Anna apparently is going to evolve from this and is probably going to learn maths from this, and it's going to be able to produce outputs to you, and hopefully that's going to lead to something much bigger. But we'll see how that plays out in time. So it goes on to say, please be aware that safeguards are in place so Anna cannot be sabotaged by inputting incorrect answers. Anna will be trained in an adversarial setting where humans may intentionally give incorrect addition rules because it's on X. The process will depend on the amount of Qubic tied to each X account. If you lie, Anna will try to find you. So basically they're saying that if you've got 1 billion Qubic, you're more likely to give a true answer and Anna will look at that. But if you've got 2 Qubic, you're more likely to be lying and trying to throw off the system. And that's the safeguard that's in place. And then the Qubic intern post on here. Yes, the Anabot is to train the AIs. We need to release this to the community to get help in building the product. And incentives are coming, but require SQL database. So these are being built. So when they say incentives, what they mean is sending these problems to Anna with solutions. You're actually going to get incentivized to do this. So I presume you're going to get paid in Qubic for doing this, and that's coming soon. So great way to make a passive income. And then I just have this post here as well, which is about Microsoft's new CPU focus, validating Qubic's approach to AGI. And basically, Microsoft's come out and they've announced that they're focusing more on CPU-centric AIs because it works better. But the big deal here is that Qubic was talking about this 2 years ago, and now big tech is only catching on. It just seems like Qubic's way ahead of the game, and that Microsoft and all the other big tech companies are building centralized artificial intelligence, and they've got limited computational resources, while Qubic has basically unlimited in terms of it can gather computational power from people all over the world, and it can do it in a decentralized manner. So it just looks like Qubic's building something better, but again, let's see in time. And then the last point is just about these two guys. So David Favankos, who is a world-class scientist and AI executive advisor, has wrote 2 or 3 books on artificial intelligence, has been doing speeches all around the world and conferences all around the world about artificial intelligence for the last 30 years. Really big deal in the AI space. And then Dr. Sanchez, who's a renowned neuroscientist and biotechnologist, and someone with a huge interest in artificial intelligence as well. And his impressive interdisciplinary background in brain sciences. These two guys are right now writing scientific paper on how Aigarth is working and their understanding of how Aigarth's developing and what is outputting. And David Favankos said himself that 10 out of 10 he's excited on what he's seeing from Qubic, and he thinks that what's been built is the missing link and is a really big deal. So these guys are going to produce a scientific paper, and now Qubic is in the process of finding another doctor and paying them to peer review the paper. So we're going to get, over the course of the next year, a peer-reviewed scientific paper on Aigarth that hopefully proves that it works. And this is a really, really big deal. And hopefully around the same time, we're going to start seeing Anna producing outputs. Again, I'm so excited about this. I really, really think this is a team of people on something. I think there's a lot more than making money going on here. I think this is a team of people who are thinking of legacy and want to build something really big. I think that just Qubic, without the AI element, they've built the best crypto technology that's ever been released. That's way ahead of other crypto technologies, but I don't know that for a fact right now. But it looks that way to me. But the good thing is, I don't need to know that, is that the papers are going to come out in this, and the Qubic Academy is going to come out in this. They're releasing all the information and proof on all of this, and it's coming soon. And if you've invested in Qubic, that you're in really early, because you're there before any of this information's there, even before the white paper's there. And then when it comes to the artificial intelligence element, again, I don't know how that's going to work out, if it's definitely going to work, but it's the signs are good, and they're looking and building the proof, and it could be such a big deal. One of several things is going to happen. Either we're going to see the AI element hit, and this is going to be one of the biggest projects that have ever been created. And if you have $1 billion Qubic, you're probably going to be a millionaire. The other side of it is that the AI element doesn't work out, but the Qubic network is proved to be as unique and as far ahead of every other crypto project as it appears to be, in my point of view. And Qubic, goes to a very high market cap, and if you have $1 billion Qubic, you end up, with a few $100,000 at least dollars, and that it's worth at least. Or then the other side of it is that maybe Qubic, maybe it's just all rubbish and it's not as good as we expected, and that's possible too. I mean, who knows? It could be all rubbish, and Qubic just goes to zero and we lose it all. That's the other side to be aware of too. I don't want you gambling money you don't have, but to me this looks like it's more than just hot air. This is a really, really great project. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I will see you all on the outside.